Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got the Princess of Cups, the fish in the percolator. This is very good. I like that card. One of my favorite cards. To me, this is the card that says we are dreaming again, that we are realizing that our dreams can become reality. There's the Seven of Wands, the Six of Swords. Oh, okay. Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords. Interesting. And a Ten of Cups. See, that is nice. That is really nice. We're going from the Princess of Cups to the Ten of Cups. We're dreaming that it can be done, and then look at that. You're doing it. It's done. Very interesting. Very cool. Two of Swords. A lot of court cards here today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 court cards already. And the Death card at the end. Very nice. And yeah, that's our only major arcana card, so that's going to be really special. We've got a lot of the fire family here. We've got, and you know, this is a Leo reading, so that makes sense to me. But we've got the queen, and we've got the prince and the princess here. Okay, so this is quite nice. And then we also have, of course, the sevens. We've got a lot of fire. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card. Oh, that's the one. We're going to set that right here. We're going to put little Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will, you know, tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you might know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Okay? Let's do it together. Let's make it an interactive exercise in intuition. All right? Let's take a look around the room real quick. We've got fire, 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 fire. We've got water and water. We've got air, air, and air. And we've got our major arcana. What we don't have is any earth energy, but that's kind of what we are doing with the Princess and the Ten. Both of these cards, the Princess of Cups and the Ten of Cups, have implicit in them the earth energy. The princess is the earthy aspect of the water, and the 10 is Malkuth. It is the kingdom, right? Is this water energy that is now being shared with the kingdom, right? It's out there in the environment for everyone to enjoy. And that's kind of what I feel with all of these court cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 court cards. This is something involving a group of you, okay? Maybe the fire cards here, maybe these three. I like to move them like we're in an iPhone here. Maybe these three are representing your family. Okay? They're kind of, a lot of these cards represent your energy. Right? This is your energy, and this is an event. This is your energy, and this is kind of, again, a more of an event or the way the energy is flowing in your life, right? But I feel like these fire energy cards might be talking about your family, your loved ones. I do get the sense that there's a larger group of people here involved in this work. But let's start at the beginning. Let's start with that Princess of Cups. You dream, and you dream big. You know, I think that maybe you've got like notebooks full of sketches, drawings, notes, plans, just little scraps of information, words, phrases, numbers that represent these dreams, that represent these big, big plans. Okay. Now, when I say dreams, with this card, I mean literally dreams. I mean like, visions, epiphanies, daydreams, night dreams. I mean signs and symbols and synchronicities, omens. But I also mean your dreams, like your big plans, And I think it's they're both tied in with each other. Because I think right now you're very much in tune with your subconscious life, with those kind of internal soul desires, your dreams, your passions, your destiny, your sense of meaning, your purpose. And I think it's reflecting in the outer world. I think the outer world is giving you those synchronicities, giving you those confirmations that what's going on in your psychic life is being heard by the universe. Okay? So I really think that you're understanding now that your dreams really are manifesting. It's kind of like, and maybe even it happens this way for you, dream something, and then it kind of comes true. Not necessarily a prophetic dream, but maybe you have those too. I just mean you dream about an apple tree, right? And then the next day, for some odd reason, there's an apple tree. It looks just like the one in your dream. That sort of thing, those kinds of synchronicities or confirmations. And I think it's reinforcing this idea that you can do this. Here's that Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is the immediate challenge in your life right now. Something is in your way. Something is blocking your creative energy. Something is blocking the fire energy. This family, this cool trio of fire energy that we see as your family, and it could be your internal family, but I kind of feel as if it's your intimate relationships, right? Whether it's family, friends, maybe it's coworkers, maybe it's a business. This is a life reading, and these are the people in your life, okay? These people that are simpatico, these people that have the same goals, whose lives are tied in with yours, okay? You're sharing the fire with these people, okay? And right now there's a bit of a blockage. There's something that's in your way, okay? But there's no loss of hope here. There's no chance that this is not going to be overcome. And that's what I like about this reading, is that it feels so confident. It feels so confident. The Mars in Leo energy in this card. When you need to be a hammer, you can be a hammer, right? But you're not always a hammer. You don't go around looking for nails, right? Not everything is a nail that needs to be hit. So up above everything, we have this really wonderful Queen of Swords, who's operating via the Six of Swords down here. This is your clarity. This is your higher perspective. This is your objectivity. You have these dreams. You're immersed in these dreams. You feel like the universe is responding to you in these ways. There's nothing that can stop you. But at the same time, you've still got a good head on your shoulders. Right? You can see yourself objectively. You have this ability to be honest about yourself. Right? And that's not something everybody has, too. You may think, that everybody can do that. No, not everybody can. Not everybody can see themselves in a way that's not clouded by these dreams. We all believe that we are on earth for a mission, for a destiny, that we have a purpose, right? But sometimes what we don't realize is that, everybody else is too. So you have this ability to see things from this kind of bird's eye view and see how everybody, we're all connected, and each one of us is the center of the universe, right? Each of us, every single one, is a container, a vessel of universal life force, and we're all on the inside looking out. Right? So from my perspective, I'm the center of the universe, and everything else is out there around me. But we also need to recognize that so are you, and you guys over here. that we are all the center, that we are all essentially the same consciousness, just kind of scooped up into different cups, you know. Each one is an infinite ocean, but each one is also unique and sovereign and special, right? And you've got this uncanny, this uncommon perspective on life. And this is what sets you apart. Okay? And what we're doing with that is Six of Swords. You're able to really put things in perspective. You're able to organize your thoughts and your feelings in such a way that is going to guarantee the success. Okay? This is the card of science. This is the card of your heart and your mind figuring it out together. Right? Especially when we take the dreams. Now we're building a plan here. Right? Now we're taking these dreams and the mind comes in and says, yeah, we can make that happen. This is how we do it. So you're not just dreaming. This card by itself is just floating through the world with dreams, doesn't actually get anything done. It's someone that's just lost in their imagination, right? We need to have an imagination. We need to get lost in there sometimes, but we need to be able to organize this imagination into a plan, and that's part of your uncanny and uncommon, unique skill set. Yeah. So you got this obstacle in front of you. Behind you, we've got this Queen of Wands. Now, this may be in your life. There's an older feminine energy, maybe a fire sign person. Okay, could be. It could be. I almost wonder if this is. I don't think they're in any way part of this blockage. But I wonder if they're kind of like maybe the matriarch of the family, or if this is somebody that is kind of set in their ways a little bit, you know. And this is kind of, it creates a little bit of a difficulty for you, I think. And for some of you, maybe there is a clash with this person, right? Maybe your dreams here with the Princess of Cups are kind of clashing with this older feminine energy fire sign person, that maybe they have different dreams, or they're just a lot more kind of practical and stern, right? And you're the one with some flights of fancy. So it could be that there is someone in your life that is sort of blocking some of your creative energy, some of your imagination, some of your dreams, right? It could be. But I also think that this is the conviction of your dreams. So for those of you that it doesn't resonate as another person, this is your ambition. This is your kind of stern and strict energy with the water inside, right? Because this is the Queen of Wands. It's water and fire. And the water in here is the distillate. It is all of this dream and this fantasy and this wild imagination, these big dreams, distilled down to one kernel of meaning. One ace of cups, right? That you carry around inside of you. And that's what fuels this intense fire and ambition. People maybe look at you as just someone that's like all business, just like cutthroat, just so ambitious, so confident, maybe arrogant sometimes, right? That you just come in with this burning, fiery energy and you just kind of take over. People don't realize that you have this jewel within you, right? That's what motivates you. That's what fuels you. So maybe on the outside you can sometimes seem a little abrasive, maybe. I don't want to offend anybody. But I think that's kind of part, and I think sometimes Leo gets a bad rap for that, because it may seem a little callous sometimes, you know. There's this fiery intensity, but people don't always know why, and that's okay. They don't have to. People don't have to understand. You understand. And I think it's a matter really of kind of tempering this fire with a little bit of this air to kind of understand that, yes, you have this intense ambition and you have these goals and these plans and you're going to achieve them. But at the same time, so does everybody else. So we all have to kind of, get along. We have to try to have some harmony in our life. Yeah. But let's get to that 10 of Cups, because that is really the beauty here. And this is you manifesting this dream, and it's kind of like now you've opened up the geyser and everybody gets to enjoy this. I have no idea what you're doing here. This could just be, it could be a family thing, could be a business. It could be like your artistic career now is kind of going to the next level. Things are really starting to happen for you. Your dreams have reached the level of the kingdom. Okay? That Ace of Cups, that jewel within you here, has now trickled down into every other aspect of your life, and it's out there watering the plants too, It's everywhere in your life. And it's not just within you now, it's outward. Now people can see it, right? Now people understand, oh, that's why that's what you've been working on for so long and so intensely, right? It's out there now for people to see it, and I kind of feel like people are going to be in awe, even, of what you're accomplishing. All right, let's move over to the path of the serpent. We have more fire energy to talk about. As I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything at all. Okay, and leave some comments for me. I really do enjoy reading the comments from all of you. Shout out where you're watching from. It's fascinating to me to kind of see where in the world everybody is, because it really is, it's a global thing we're doing here. And I'm really proud of the community that we're building here, all of us together. I appreciate every single one of you. All right. And I love you. Okay. Let's switch cameras here. Let's talk about this fire energy, fire, air, and more fire. The Princess of Wands here. Now, this is kind of the excitement. We have the Princess of Cups, Princess of Wands. We're manifesting the dream. We're manifesting the fantasy, right? The imagination. That everything that you kind of are experiencing internally now is becoming manifest in the world around you. And I feel like that is giving you this kind of a sense of creative freedom. Yeah. I feel like you're someone who has a lot of interests, that you love to create, that you love to accomplish and do and dream. But it's not just one thing, right? Maybe you play several instruments, you have several interests. You perform in many different styles. Yeah. And I think that's perfect. I don't think there's anything, I know you're probably waiting for me to say, but there is no but. Like, that's it, that's perfect. There might be in the environment here with this Two of Swords, there might be someone, and this could be opposition too from that, if there is this older feminine energy in some of your lives, some of your situations. I almost wonder if that blockage, and I don't know what this difficulty is for you right now, other than it could be this older person is wishing that you would narrow it down. Right? Wishing that you would stay in a lane. Maybe this is just that part of you that feels that way or thinks that way. Maybe this is someone outside of yourself. But there is this, the opposition, the blockage coming from the environment is something out there is saying, you got to stay in your lane. You're doing too much at once. You're too busy. You gotta narrow it down. Right? You don't believe that to be true, right? So how do we resist this person or this energy, or from ourselves even this thought that I'm kind of spreading myself too thin, I'm indulging, I'm creating in so many different styles, so many different mediums, I'm playing too many instruments. This is one of those kind of jack of all trades situations. But I feel like you're one of those rare people that can master each of these things. that you don't have to just focus on one instrument and try to get really, really good. You can focus on 10 and get really, really, really good. And maybe the 10 of Cups is that kind of mastery. Maybe this is saying that, look, the proof of the pudding is in the tasting, right? So if you can do it, why not do it? If you can master 100 different things, play a dozen different instruments, right? Maybe you've got a book, maybe you've got an album, maybe you're making a film, maybe you're doing all these different things. If you can, why wouldn't you? Right? The proof is in the tasting here. Yeah. So I think that might be part of the blockage with the seven of Wands here. But I just kind of feel like, the Seven of Wands is really the energy in you that's not going to allow anything to block your progress. Whether this is from this, whether this is from this, it's not going to come in your way. That you're going to, you can be the hammer when you need to be the hammer. And that really means making your own decisions. Yeah. So we've got to be careful of this energy in the environment. Now, the other thing we have is the Prince of Wands. Now, the Prince is that fixed fire energy. This is the Leo energy in action. This is your archetype activated. But we don't want something. There's something here in this card we don't want, and I think this is fixed energy, fixed creative energy. We don't want to stand. This is a card that stays in its lane. And this is in the position of what we don't want, right? This is kind of saying, well, I just got to narrow it down to one major, one course of study, one instrument, right? One career field, and that's it. We don't want that. That's too fixed. That's too rigid. That's trying to take all this creative fire and just stuff it into one tunnel, right? And that's not, I feel like that's not what you're about. You have this Princess of Cups. You're dreaming big. Everything is just everything's connected, but there's so much of it that to narrow it down to one thing feels so limiting. Okay? So this card's in the position of what we don't want. Now, the crown glory of the reading is this Death card, right? This is, I think maybe you're feeling a little boxed in because of this pressure to conform, maybe this pressure to kind of narrow things down or pick a lane, right? It's kind of a boxing in, right? But what we're seeing with this Death card is just infinite transformation. This is kind of saying that, look, you can't pick a lane because life doesn't work that way. This is not, it's not a linear path. It's not just kind of one road leads to Rome, right? Leads to the crown, leads to the glory, leads to the manifestation, the accomplishment. No, it's life grows infinitely. Sometimes it's more over here, sometimes it's more over there. Things are going to come, things are going to go. You're going to pick up an instrument, you're going to say, nah, I don't want that one. And so it's not this commitment, it's not this rigid, strict, creative energy has to be funneled in a certain way. You're breaking these kinds of bonds. You're doing the unexpected. I feel like with this card, you're at the cutting edge of what you're doing. You're at the forefront, you're at the frontier. You're the one paving the way. No one has done it before. Relatively speaking, right? We've got that Queen of Swords. Now, let's not inflate the ego too much. Let's keep it in perspective. But you're doing things no one has done before, not quite like this, anyway. Right? And I think that whatever you're doing is transforming the landscape for everybody else. That you're innovating, that you're setting the precedent, right? And to me, it feels like really fascinating energy. I'm very excited about what you're doing, and I can't wait for you to share it here on the channel. Let's look at the mystery card now. Thank you, little Bob. What could this be? I wonder if we're going to see some earth energy. I think we need a little bit of kind of grounding energy, a little more. It's implicit in these cards, but I want something more concrete, right? Any of the pentacles, I think, would be appropriate here. Put your guess down in the comments, all right? Let's see. Well, we've got a Queen of Wands. Again, with the Queen of Wands over here. That may be true for more of you than I suspected, that there is kind of this overbearing energy that's kind of influencing you, that's kind of strict and stern, that says, pick a lane, It's like that person that's kind of driving behind you and just honking their horn and flashing their lights because you're not driving the way they want you to drive. You ever had that happen? No, I haven't. But it feels that way. Okay, so I think for some of you, this is really going to be that kind of influence in your life, right, from someone. But for others, this is still that, this is that energy in you. I think that it's sticking to your path. It's you believe in what you're doing, and you're not letting anybody push you into a certain track, a certain lane, a certain method, a certain course of action. Yeah. You're staying firm in your convictions because you've got that jewel, you've got that water inside, you've got that dream, and you know it. You're certain of it. And so you have this kind of stern or abrasive exterior because you're not letting anybody push you around. You're not letting anybody dictate to you how to express your creativity. Yeah. We're keeping that in perspective. I think there's a lot of strength here. I really do. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click on the link up in the corner, or there's one down in the description box. Okay. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. Come back. See me again tomorrow. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Right? I want to hear about what you're doing. I want to hear how you're doing. All right? And I want to hear maybe where you're from too. If you have a small business or a project or something you wish to promote or plug or advertise, there is a post on the community page where you can do that. Okay? It's kind of the Dove and Serpent Tarot yellow pages. So plug your business, your band, your art, whatever it is, your website, your YouTube channel. Put it in the comments of that post. All right? Let's support each other here. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.